Hello everyone, Bill Nye here, and today I've got a fascinating story that blends history, math, and a bit of mystery. We're about to travel back in time, 2,400 years ago to be exact, to ancient Greece, where some of the world's greatest minds puzzled over a deceptively simple math challenge, doubling the square. Picture this, you have a perfect square in front of you. The question is, can you draw a new square that has exactly twice the area of the original? It sounds easy, but it's trickier than you might think. This puzzle stumped even the most brilliant Greek philosophers and mathematicians. They spent years debating and experimenting trying to crack the code. Here's the catch. If you simply double the length of each side, you don't get double the area, you get 4 times as much. That's the surprising twist that makes this puzzle so intriguing. This very puzzle was written down by Plato, and famously used by Socrates to teach a young boy, not by giving him the answer, but by asking questions and guiding him to discover the solution himself. This approach is known as the Socratic method, and it's still used in classrooms today. Now let's leap forward to the present. Researchers decided to put this ancient problem to the test with ChatGPT, a state-of-the-art artificial intelligence that can process and generate human-like responses. Would this modern AI remember Plato's clever solution, or would it come up with something entirely new? The answers it gave were more surprising than anyone expected. So, let's find out what happened when the wisdom of the ancients met the technology of today. Get ready for a journey where history and innovation collide. So how did the Greeks solve it? Socrates showed the answer lies in the diagonal of the square. Draw a line from one corner to the opposite. This diagonal becomes the side of your new square. Build a square on that diagonal and its area is exactly double the original. No calculations needed, just pure geometry. The original square splits into 2 triangles. The new square, built on the diagonal, contains 4 of those triangles. Double the area, visually proven. This elegant solution is a classic of Greek mathematics, logical, visual, and timeless. For centuries, this has been the gold standard answer. Researchers expected ChatGPT to know it by heart. But did it? When researchers posed a classic geometry problem to ChatGPT, they were curious to see if the AI would echo the wisdom of the ancient Greeks or take a more modern route. Surprisingly, ChatGPT didn't use Plato's geometric method, which relies on visual reasoning and shapes. Instead, it jumped straight to algebra. If the original side is x, the new side becomes x times the square root of 2, using formulas and calculations rather than diagrams. The answer was mathematically correct, but it wasn't the answer the ancients would have given. Even when researchers nudged it, ChatGPT stuck to its algebraic guns, refusing to fall for the common mistake of just doubling the side length. Only after being specifically asked for a geometric, more elegant solution did it finally describe the diagonal method, drawing on the visual logic of the Greeks. This experiment showed that ChatGPT could shift its approach with the right guidance. Just like a student learning from a teacher's hints. It wasn't simply copying answers, it was reasoning through the problem, but sometimes needed a nudge to think outside its usual patterns and channel the mindset of a Greek mathematician. The experiment revealed both the flexibility and the boundaries of AI thinking, showing that while AI can adapt, it often defaults to modern methods unless prompted otherwise. Sometimes, just like a student, it needs a teacher's push to rediscover the classic, elegant answers of the past. Fascinating, right? The researchers decided to push the boundaries even further. This time they wondered, could ChatGPT double the area of a rectangle while keeping its proportions exactly the same? This is a classic math puzzle, but it's trickier than it sounds. The challenge isn't just about numbers, it's about understanding the relationship between length and width, and how scaling works in geometry. Once again, ChatGPT turned to algebra, setting up equations and calculating the answer. Impressively, it got the right result, showing it could handle the abstract logic behind the problem. But when the researchers asked for a geometric visual solution, something you could draw or build, ChatGPT confidently claimed it was impossible. This was a bold mistake and it revealed a gap in the AI's reasoning. In reality, a geometric solution does exist. The AI had simply overgeneralized from its earlier experience with squares, missing the broader principle that applies to rectangles. This kind of error is surprisingly human, assuming that one rule fits every situation, even when it doesn't. Next, the researchers switched things up and tried the same challenge with a triangle, adding a new twist to the experiment. ChatGPT started with algebra again, but this time, with a few hints and nudges, it managed to find the geometric answer as well. It was learning, step by step. The results were a fascinating mix, sometimes spot on, sometimes off the mark, but always thought-provoking. ChatGPT didn't always act like a seasoned expert. Instead, it often resembled a student, learning and adapting as it went along. Its mistakes weren't just errors, they became valuable teaching moments both for the AI and for the people guiding it. This experiment showed that AI can reason, improvise, and even stumble, mirroring the way humans learn and grow through trial and error. With the right prompts and guidance, AI can discover creative ways to solve old problems. But just like us, it's not perfect, and that's what makes its journey so interesting. This experiment shows that using AI is like teaching a student. ChatGPT has knowledge but sometimes needs guidance to find the best answer. It can make mistakes, improvise, or overlook elegant solutions. That's why students, and all of us, must think critically, question, and verify. AI's errors are opportunities to learn, not just answers to accept. Like Socrates and the boy, the journey is about discovery, not shortcuts. With AI, we can have our own Socratic dialogues, learning to think deeper and more creatively. The real lesson? Embrace the process, not just the solution.